we want to hear from Kevin Shores.
Ese wewe no indigo ojibwe. Kawa babi gani kani dushima. Mekwana dunde. Nendo kichida. Kichimi kwich. Kichimi nendo kichida. I first would like to say thank you to my father, Richard Shores, who has stood by me for most of this entire journey, who's put up with me this entire journey. And I want to thank him greatly that I've always respected him. And I thank you, Dad. And I wish everybody would give my father over there a little hooray, because he's a good man. I'd also like to thank my mother for getting together with my father and bringing me into this world. And I want to thank all of you for coming here today. It really means a lot to me. I traveled from Moorhead. I've met numerous veterans, both of the Gulf War, Vietnam veterans, World War II, and I've heard the same thing over and over again of how our government denies, turns their backs, and will not give us proper compensation. And we gave the ultimate sacrifice. We told them that we would fight and we would die for this country, and we were not expected to be taken literally. And now we find out that the same government that we said that we would die for is not only experimenting on us, the military, but they are experimenting on the general population. And if you want to, as a citizen, to continue having this representation in our office, then like Joyce says, I suggest you get in the corner and get in the fetal position and suck your thumb, because they will take every right away from us. I have no problem with the government, only that they are accountable for the actions that they take and for the words that they said. I have talked to Jesse Ventura for the last 3 years before he was governor, and now I can stand and say his name is no longer Jesse the Brain, Jesse the Body, but I call him Jesse the Traitor. Jesse the Traitor against the people of the United States, against the Constitution, which he says he represents, and against every American citizen. And if he wants to be the Navy SEAL or the veteran that he claims to be, I would like to know when it was that they removed his spine from him. Was it the first Hollywood segment, or was it when to Washington? And if he is the brave and proud man that he says, I dare him, I dare him, I dare him to stand in front of me and tell me that he is a veteran, that he is a SEAL, that he is proud to be in the position that he has. And the same goes for Wellstone, who I've contacted for the last 2 years, asking his help, and the same with Graham's for the last 2 years. Also, when I first met Joyce Riley, and she came up here to Minneapolis while I was going to the Minneapolis Community and Technical College, she did a lecture here. I contacted the entire House of Legislation, the representatives, and notified all of them of the atrocities that this government is continuing to do to the people of this country. And those people will be held accountable. So as long as I have a breath in my body, my new crusade is to have these people removed from office. I will not have somebody sitting by, because silence is consent.
That's right.
Silence is consent. And if you, any of you Americans, are going to sit by and watch this happen to us, to our children, because this is our children's world. The Creator gave us this world. We belong to the world. The world does not belong to us. And we must live, we must live and stand proudly with the actions that we do, and be accountable for the words and the actions that we do. And these representatives here are not abiding by this rule. And therefore, I ask now for their resignation, and I will constantly continue to ask for their resignations until they get their backbones back in place and stand up next to me to try to fight this atrocity that this government is doing. And if I have to, I'll try to go to the Capitol, and I'll even talk to Clinton if he'll listen. I'll talk to any representative that he'll listen. And I charge now, if there is any representative here willing to stand up next to me, you have my vote. But if you will not stand up next to me, then you too are a traitor. By definition, a traitor is anyone who abides and comforts the enemy. And if the enemy are within the walls of our very own government, then they shall be hunted down and removed by office.
Amen.
Big wish.